On to our third presentation of our food security series. If you would like to come and listen in to Morgen Matheson of Shuswap Tourism and Maria Otting, jack of all trades, but of Highland Meadows Farms, and also Shuswap Economic Development.
Oh no,
No, never mind.
Salmon Arm Economic Development. Shuswap Economic Development. Yeah.
So today, for this presentation, we are going to be looking at a new initiative through Shuswap Tourism, who is looking to create a farm stand trail here in the Shuswap in Silver Creek. And I wonder if it has the potential to go even further, right? We want to see what people can do who have land. What could they do with it to create an income stream and also then to provide food for our community? So Maria is going to start first. So let's welcome Maria here to the stage.
Thank you. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Maria Otting, and I am the owner-operator of Highland Meadows Farm on Salmon River Road in Silver Creek. We have large gardens and run a seasonal Saturday farm stand market with multiple local vendors. We have also recently opened a new dry, no alcohol, indoor-outdoor vintage farm event venue space for gatherings, which lies along the beautiful Salmon River. We are holding our first men's healing retreat next weekend. I've been asked to talk about creating a homesteading business. I'm going to give you some of my personal history first, as I feel that my story is very relatable and that some of you may be considering creating a more self-sufficient and community-minded lifestyle and are not sure where to start. I'm here to encourage you and say that it's not easy, but it is very rewarding and possible. I will then share what we've done to create community, a business, and sustainability on our land. While growing up in Sicamous, Salmon Arm, Armstrong, and Kelowna areas, I did have a chance to live on a few small acreages and get a taste of the country life. The place that impacted me the most in elementary school was the little old original Johnson Road farmhouse near the Salmon River in Silver Creek. We were on 25 acres and I had a horse, a dog, and a pig. I swam in the river and rode my horse all summer. I was in the Trail Dusters 4-H program and remember showing my horse at the Armstrong and Salmon Arm Fall Fairs. At another property in Canoe, we had 2 Highland cows and a horse. We weren't a family with farming experience and we never had much of a garden, but I really enjoyed the time that we had animals and lived in the country. I even remember cutting hay with a scythe one year, old school style. We always lived frugally and within our means, but I never felt that I went without anything. I moved to Kelowna after graduating high school in Sicamous and lived in the city for 20 years. During my time in Kelowna, I was on a couple different strata boards, belonged to the Rutland Community Association, worked at a busy chiropractic clinic as an office manager for 15 years, and enjoyed being involved in my community. But it was always on the back of my mind to get back to the simple country lifestyle in Silver Creek. I learned a lot in the city though. What impacted me the most, besides belonging to a really great Mennonite Baptist church family, was how my East Indian friends lived. They all had big houses and lived with their extended families and grandparents. They were all working together, sharing meals and resources, working on orchards and family businesses, and some having fruit stands. They worked hard, but they were happy and many debt-free since they pooled their resources. I couldn't understand why this wasn't a common way to live in North America. Why were we taught to live separately from our families and to do everything on our own? It always seemed so inefficient and lonely to me. When we are dying, all we want is to spend time with our families and loved ones. So why don't we do it while we're alive? I vowed to create this extended family vision myself one day. So with this dream in mind and reconnecting with my amazing partner Thomas and his 2 wonderful children, Jada and Cohen, we bought a 5-acre property in Silver Creek in 2013. It was an old goat dairy with many old barns and structures. We quickly got to work turning one of the biggest barns into Thomas's cabinet making and custom millworks shop so that he could give up his shop rental in town. I commuted to Kelowna for 5 years, spending every weekend renovating and building on our property. That was fun. We made a suite for my mom and my granny, whose husbands had both died, and we moved them in there too. My brother joined us a couple years later after going through a divorce. I then decided in 2018 to quit my job and go back to school to finish my formal business studies at the Salmon Arm College. We all help and contribute to the farm financially. During this time, I started working for Salmon Arm Economic Development. I've helped them with various projects from tourism marketing, the Shuswap Makerspace, and the New Zest Commercial Food Hub. What a great team led by our brilliant 1 in a million executive director, Lana Fett. Some people could never be replaced, and she's one of them. It's been a great experience getting reconnected here and meeting so many small business owners in Salmon Arm and seeing what a thriving, beautiful city it's become. There are so many down-to-earth, resourceful, and community-minded people here. What a blessing and a welcoming place this is to be living. So now that you've got a little back history about me, you can see that I'm just an average working person whose adult life was spent mostly in the city with little farming experience. I'll get back to our homesteading endeavors and what we are doing with the property that we currently have. With my health and wellness background and Thomas's more natural Swiss upbringing, we wanted to grow everything organically. It's important to us to help the pollinators and environment and to not put any poisons into the earth. It is more work, but in my opinion, it's just the right thing to do. The first year after building our cabinetry shop, we deer fenced off a large area of lawn and built 15 10-foot raised garden boxes and planted 25 fruit trees right away to get growing our own food. I got free lumber wrap from Home Hardware to kill off the grass and covered it with bark mulch. We made a large strawberry patch, planted 12 blueberry bushes, and 3 25-foot rows of raspberries. We love having frozen berries for smoothies all year long. We put in underground irrigation on timers to everything that we planted a year later, as watering took hours every day. This is a very good investment, and we don't water our grass, only food and trees. We took a 3-day garlic growing class at the organic Rasta Creek Farm in the Trinity Valley. This group of people have a beautiful food forest and thriving vegan community. Check out their website if you're interested in growing garlic. Our garlic patch has grown every year and has moved around the property. We trade garlic to the local butcher for raw dog meat and also sell it at our farm stand. Bartering is seeing a resurgence with the skyrocketing prices of things. Trade where you can, it's a win-win. For the first 3 summers on our property, we had a different young man come from Switzerland to help us do many of the big projects and building takedowns. For room and board, they worked every day and in turn got awesome meals, lots of steaks, which they don't get there, tours of the Shuswap area, and to practice their English. There are also numerous programs like Workaway, HelpX, and Woofer Canada, where young travelers get connected to do farm stays on your property for room and board. This can be very rewarding for both parties. My mom has also been super helpful with picking fruit, watering, and making meals for the family. We really are a team around here. It would be difficult to do everything without the help of others. We've also had several friends and people in need come to stay with us, and they've always contributed and helped around the property. Our house always has someone in transition staying with us. We also have our older RV that we turned into a guest cabin and several porta potties around the property. Buy one, you will use it. Trig Septic comes out when you need them. We bought an old 1960s tractor that we used to do much of the groundwork around the property and to plow snow in the winter. We fenced in the front pasture and along the road so our dogs would be safe from the road traffic. We turned one of the old sheds into a 2-room chicken house and got 9 chickens for eggs and 2 ducks. We had the birds for about 3 years and then decided to get eggs from the neighbors as we were surrounded by people who sold them. We now only do 35 meat birds every 2 years just for our own families, so we don't have to have birds throughout the winter. The meat on the chickens is far superior to anything in the store. We buy a quarter sides of beef from local farmers and support our local producers as much as we can. There are so many people growing food around us, and there's really no need to buy these items in the store. Supporting and shopping local is important to create food security and sovereignty for our region. We are blessed to have Keenan Family Farms, Reverend Acres, Ravenwood Acres, Lakeland Farms, Frosty Hollow Mushrooms, Hillside Dreams Dairy, and many more just minutes from us in the Salmon Valley. We built a 6-foot by 20-foot greenhouse off the side of one of our sheds for starting plants and an above-ground root cellar for food storage. No point in growing a whole lot of food if there's nowhere to store it. I thought this greenhouse was so big when we built it, but we've already outgrown it. Tip, always build bigger than you think you'll need because you'll need it. So far, we've taken down 7 buildings and structures, resided 4, and built 5 new ones. Every year, we've done more fencing, and as of right now, the entire property has been re-fenced and cross-fenced. The people before us used the 40 by 80 Quonset in the field for RV and boat storage after they sold all their goats. So we have also done this ever since. There is a lot of demand for covered storage. Some of our clients are even from Revelstoke, 3 of them actually. We are always full, so about 8 years ago we built another building to do more RV and boat storage. There's never an empty spot. It's mostly repeat clients, but when someone sells their unit, we just put up an ad on Marketplace and it fills up. I have also joined many homesteading, canning, and natural lifestyle Facebook groups for inspiration and ideas. We have also brought in self-sufficiency experts for talks through our community association. I have joined the new Shuswap permaculture group and gone to almost every Sunday sessions for self-sufficiency at Buckerfields, which have taught introductory courses on growing, raising, and making your own food and medicine. The Shuswap Food Action Society's teaching garden on 30th Street is also a great place to learn about gardening, giving back to the community, and connecting with other people who are working towards food security, sovereignty, and sustainability. Whether learning how to dry your own herbs, make fruit leather, do tinctures, have chickens, or making bread, the information is all at your fingertips, and there are so many people out there to reach out to for help and guidance. All you must do is start. You will learn as you go and figure things out by trial and error like we do. Some areas on your land will be better for growing certain things. Maybe you have enough pasture to raise livestock. You'll learn what works best on your property, and you can improve your watering system, fencing, and soil conditions every year. People want your products, trust me. Every year we add something else. We put in more underground irrigation or fencing and adjust as necessary. We added 2 bee boxes for pollination last year from a local honey producer and are hoping to get more boxes next year. We love that the bees are safe from pesticides and herbicides on our property, and that the immediately surrounding farm at Hillside Dreams Dairy is a no-spray farm that's doing regenerative agriculture practices. It's all a learning curve since we're not professionals, but it's very rewarding. Have we suffered loss and setbacks? Absolutely. We flooded twice and had to completely rebuild the first floor of our house after completely renovating it a few years before. Never a dull moment around here. There will always be some tree falling over from a beaver or windstorm and smashing our fence, or a dam created with high water at the bridge, but we expect these things now and just mitigate as best we can. Keep in mind that you don't have to do everything overnight. Have prior knowledge or do it by yourself. Everything you need to know is either online, in a book, or just comes to you through trial and error once you start. I buy and sell so many second-hand items at garage sales and online, and we make what we can ourselves. Things don't have to be new or perfect, just use what you can find. If you live in the city, turn your lawn or balcony into a garden. You'd be amazed how much food can be produced from vertical and square foot gardening or hydroponics. Make sourdough bread out of your kitchen, or become a user of the new Zest Commercial Food Hub, which has an interior health certified kitchen and lots of equipment to use if you've got a product in mind for something you'd like to sell at a market or in a store. Salmon Arm grocery stores are very supportive of local small-scale food producers. Another option is to gather like-minded friends and family who are interested in being more self-sufficient and creating a more down-to-earth lifestyle, and either buy a property together or just bring people in to rent space from you and to help with whatever endeavor you're doing. You don't need to be hippies or religious. It's also okay to just be regular working people who just want to have a more affordable, community-minded lifestyle. When a few people come together, you can certainly accomplish a lot more. I can tell you without hesitation that even if I won the lottery, I would still want to live with other people and have this community that we've created. People come and go, but there is always someone to lend a hand or an ear, and so much more combined knowledge and resources. I actually can't imagine living any other way. You really should try it, if it at all resonates with you. You do have to make concessions and accommodate others and their needs, yes, but it's so worth it. Every person I meet, I learn from. It's such a blessing. So 3 years ago, when the roads shut down to the coast and the grocery stores were getting bare, and we weren't allowed to gather, we decided that we could do more and that we needed to start growing food for others as well. We took down the large silage pit and put in another market garden. We officially created our farm name, created a logo on Canva Pro, made a Facebook and Instagram page, put up an aluminum road sign that Brushstrokes in town made for us, and started advertising in buy and sell groups and on Marketplace. We also decided to create a gathering space for people for events. We are going into our second year running our July to October farm stand market on Saturdays from 9 to 1 at our farm. It's become a welcome spot for tourists and locals to gather, have a coffee or lemonade, and to pick up homegrown, locally produced products. This year, we invited other local, small-scale, home-based businesses in our area to sell their products at our market. We now either sell products or have tables for 6 to 10 different vendors every Saturday. We even have practitioners who do shoulder massages and other energy work set up in tents. It's a great place to connect with other people in the community and to promote and help other small businesses. We just picked up some used tin from the community hall re-roofing project and some cedar beams from my friend's mill, and we will build a permanent farm stand covered structure next year. It's so exciting to see what's yet to come. We also had 3 young men out of drug and alcohol treatment centers come stay with us a year and a half ago. Although just light social drinkers ourselves, we completely quit drinking to support them in their recovery. Not drinking has changed our life, and it quickly became that we were also doing this for ourselves too. Seeing these talented young guys pursuing their dreams and making a new life for themselves was very inspiring. This past Christmas, one of the guys named Alex had some big losses and started using fentanyl again. He accidentally overdosed and died. It was from that moment on that we decided to make our event space a dry, no alcohol or drug event venue, Shuswap's first. We want to normalize celebrating and doing fun events while being sober. We will be a safe space for people who are choosing not to drink for various health, lifestyle, and recovery reasons. I am so convicted and feel so good about this decision and hope to inspire other dry event venues to open up. Look for coming events at Highland Meadows Farm next summer. Moving on to agritourism and creating a farm stand. Could you open up your farm to the public and give educational tours or have people participate in the calving process, crop picking, or give trail rides to increase farm income? Could you have camping on your farm? What are your skills and what are you passionate about? A retreat center or a bed and breakfast? There are many ways to market your farm to tourists and generate income. Have you heard of Hip Camp? I ran a small lakeside vacation rental property outside of Kelowna for 7 years. I'd advertise on cabin rental sites and people would book and pay online. I'd go clean and do turnovers on Sundays. It was actually quite easy and my rentals paid the mortgage. I had no prior experience, I just started doing it. Thanks to the efforts of my co-speaker, Morgen Matheson, team lead for tourism and film at the CSRD, we will be developing a farm stand trail in the Salmon Valley and Falkland areas of Area D for 2024. This will drive tourism and opportunity for farmers to sell from their gates with a much wider market audience. We look forward to what this will bring to our region and how it will expand to other CSRD areas. Farmers markets and farm stands are experiencing a revival across North America. The importance of growing our own food and creating food security for ourselves and our community is quickly becoming more than a casual hobby. It's a necessity. With soaring food prices and supply chain interruptions, people are seeing the need for backyard gardens, getting animals, and food preservation. We are quickly finding the need to go back to a more self-sufficient lifestyle. Some people already have specialty crops, produce, or fruit trees and end up giving most of it away, or a great portion goes to waste because they don't know how to sell it or where to start. With ongoing shop, buy, and support local campaigns, if you've ever considered providing food for your community, the time is now. People want your local produce. You just have to figure out in what format you'd like to sell it and communicate to people how to buy it. There are many things to consider when opening a farm stand. Are you in a location that will be easily seen? Do you live in an area that has lots of traffic? Will it be manned or self-serve? What and where can you grow on your property? Will you have to bring in soil and compost, irrigation? Who is going to help you with planting, weeding, processing, and selling your products? Can you provide product consistency to customers? Will you have to hire someone? How much time do you have? What is your competitive advantage? And what opportunities or market gaps are already in your area? What are people not doing, or is there not enough of? Will you be a U-pick? What are your requirements to pre-order and then pick up, and on what days? Will you pre-arrange times for sales or be by appointment? Will you have limited opening hours, like Saturdays only? There's lots to consider. I will now turn things over to Morgen, and she will have more information and handouts on getting a farm stand ready if you're thinking about doing this in the future. Thanks again for your time and interest on becoming more self-sufficient at home, and remember, you can do this. You can do anything that small, still voice within you nudges you to do. Don't compare yourself or your journey to anyone else. Reach out, ask for help, believe in and trust yourself, and most importantly, just start doing it. No one is coming to save you, and you must take charge of your future. There has never been a more important time to get growing, support each other, and come together. Separation is for fools. I am more than happy to discuss anything further over a coffee. Please follow Highland Meadows Farm on Facebook and Instagram, and come out to one of our last few Saturday markets of the season in Silver Creek. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. I don't know if I have much else to say after that, but yeah, thank you. So, as Maria said, my name is Morgen Matheson, and I'm the manager here at Shuswap Tourism. I'm here to discuss also the benefits of agritourism in our community and get you all excited about our farm gate tour happening and launching at the summer of 2024. It is said that to get to know a community is to know its food. So it's no wonder agritourism has shown to be a strong motivator for travel when people are trip planning. Visitors are becoming more conscious these days of places they visit and are seeking experiences that are immersive and give them a unique sense of place to the community they are visiting. Agritourism can be a means of celebrating the best of the community by connecting visitors to the history, culture, and land of the destination. And Maria gave some really great examples of the types of experiences you can have on your farm, and even consider things like, a beautiful sunflower field where a lovely Instagrammer would be able to take beautiful pictures, or feeding animals, or any kind of things like that can make for great content for people. There's so many ways for you to have that kind of experience on your farm. Another reason for agritourism is also for the local tourism economy. So large and small, new or seasoned, farmers can benefit from developing farm experiences. Opportunities to diversify and create new revenue streams are one of them. To spread awareness and education of your local offerings and the environmental, sustainable, and biodynamic ways of farming. This is so interesting for people. People love understanding the different ways of doing things without the harshness of pesticides and herbicides. It's a very, very motivating factor for a lot of people. It also helps to increase resiliency and prosperity for your farm and the community at large. It helps to contribute to food security in the area, which is definitely a massive thing that people are talking about these days. It expands also our tourism season and contributes to diversifying our tourism experiences as a whole in our community. And I think the whole idea of, celebrating the Shuswap, especially as a four-season destination, and pulling those travelers into our shoulder seasons is something that agritourism could definitely contribute to. Agritourism can also increase opportunities for partnerships within the community. So whether you're working with a restaurant or other types of food producers, like potentially ones through the community Zest Community Food Hub, would be great examples of that. There's a wealth of opportunity in this space. And now I'll discuss the Farmgate project coming up, launching in the summer of 2024. And maybe I'll give a little story about myself as well. So I don't have a lot of farm experience at all. I moved to the Shuswap here about 5 years ago. But one thing that I noticed here, more so than I found most other locations, I grew up in the Kootenays. I spent a lot of time on the coast and in Alberta going to school, that we have a really unique farming community here. And it's really inspiring. And I remember when I first moved here, just being so taken back by all the people that had farm stands, and just the farming community in general, and just the nature of people helping each other was really inspiring. And so after a few years being here, also working with Maria at Salmon Arm Economic Development, this opportunity, I finally became into an opportunity where we were able to do something that really celebrates that our farming community. So that's where this farm stand trail was born from. And so I'm really excited. I'm so happy to have Maria as helping me with this project. And I just want to be able to celebrate what is the best of our community. So basically the nuts and bolts of the project is we're looking to develop this farm gate project to enhance agritourism in our region. We want to celebrate stories like Maria's, and we want to work with farmers gaining input and launching initially in our rural area D to start and then eventually to roll the project out to other areas of the Shuswap. So rural area D would be essentially a pilot start, and then we'll see how things go there and continue to move things along. The project will include a simple but extensive website that will list the participating farms, and on that website there'll be an interactive Google map so that we can pinpoint where anyone is looking to sell their product on the roadside or in their immersive experience. We'll be creating specific signage and wayfinding so that people will know where to go and know that people are a part of this project. This will also become an important part of Shuswap Tourism's marketing strategy moving forward. It will be one of our pillars of marketing to promote the agritourism and just the local economy in general. And sorry, I'm still looking at my notes here. So I wanted to keep things short and sweet and just basically really reiterate all the wonderful things that Maria said about starting her homestead, and hopefully she inspired you to consider doing one for yourself if you haven't already started, that know that you don't have to be an expert to get started, and hopefully the project that we're doing together will help be able to drive more revenue to your farms, to your families, and to really spread the word and celebrate what our community does best. And one of those things is definitely farming and coming together. So I'm really hoping that this project, with people's inputs and participation, will become a great success for our community. And I hope that this project becomes a long-standing asset for our community to create not only just helping the farms, but also creating other things like even just tours down the Salmon River Valley, and being able to find all kinds of different ways to support our farming community. And with that, I'm keeping it pretty short and sweet, just to leave room for any questions. There was also a brochure being passed around, and if anyone would like more information about how to participate in the Farm Gate Trail, please connect with me. My number is on those brochures, and it will give you a more better idea of what we're looking for and how to participate. So thank you all for your time and sitting and listening to our stories, and hopefully we can talk to you all soon about this project. Thank you so much.
Does anybody have any questions?
I was just wondering, where is Area D and what does that entail?
Great question, thank you. Area D is located in the Falkland area, so it encompasses part way of Highway 97 and then up the Salmon River Road, as well it will go around Yankee Flats.
And then eventually the program will expand?
Eventually the program will expand to other areas of the Shuswap, yes. Any other questions? Yes.
One thing you didn't touch on is if you're a farmer in that area, what licensing or permits or regulations there are, how would they, is that something they apply to the CSRD, or do they need a license or permit to actually be a farm stand?
As of right now, you don't need a permit to have a farm stand at the end of your road. This is a marketing initiative, so in terms of licensing, that would depend on the type of farm that you have. So it would generally, I'm gathering this information currently as we're speaking and doing our strategic plan surrounding the farm gate project. So that will be addressed as to what if there are specific things like insurance that you will need to have. If you look at the brochure and send me your email as someone that you would like as someone that might be interested in participating, we'll have a more extensive input brochure that we will give to farmers that are looking to take that next step.
Thanks.
That's it.
Thank you so
All right. Well, thanks everyone.
Thank you. We would love to make a gift for your time. Something local.
Oh, I'm taking Bill too.
When we were driving.
I think I probably did.